Good morning, everybody. We're here. We're going live. Xplane Dedicated is going live this morning because why? Because I'll tell you for why. Having a look at the new scenery, and at the moment we're just loading up. We have loaded up, and I just need to check that the scenery is in the right place. Which I can't at the moment, and I don't think it is. I don't think it is installed. Nope, it definitely hasn't installed. So what I need to do, bear with me, is try and sort this out whilst we are live, so to speak. So let's quit that. It will be something quite simple, as always with Xplane, which is the scenery in a file with any luck. He says, hopefully. I just need to check that it has installed. Yep, it has installed there. Let's have a look on the scenery in a file and figure out what's gone wrong. Well, there it is. So I don't know what's happened there. So what I shall do, I shall move that to a different location within the scenery in a file. We'll put it oh dear. We're going to have to put it by there, I think. So that's that moved, and then we get rid of it from up here. Make sure that global scenery is not in there, because that will cause no end of problems, as it always does. I can't see it, so that's not in there. Alright, so I'll try again. I do hope that this works, because I had a look at the scenery on the org, and it was fantastic. Good morning, Stefan, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. I've had my toast and jam, blackcurrant jam, and a cup of coffee, and so we are here. But, as I just indicated, it's not working for some reason. Let's have a look at the desktop anyway, whilst we're waiting for things to get going. So, not only has this airport come out called RPMD, but also there's another one out that I hope I can have a look at as well, which is in Beirut. And that looks brilliant and amazing. My wife is ringing. Bear with me 1 second. Hello? Not so good. 3.7 instead of 2.5. So it's going to shot up. So change my dose. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Oh no, I forgot to say that. But I did cancel your appointment. So I made my appointment. Alright. I'll just put you in a minute and then we're going to crack on. Alright? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, fine. Amazing. They always interrupt you at the most inconvenient time. Right. So we'll try and load this up again now, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, then I will be most annoyed, as I've downloaded it, installed it as per instructions, which are not very hard, as we well know with Xplane. And then we'll see what we can see. I was hoping that I would just load up Xplane and it'd be there, because it does look absolutely stunning. So the airport is RPMD, which is in the Philippines, but not only has this guy done the airport, he's also done the city as well, which looks absolutely stunning in the screenshots. But once again, he's put it on xplane.org, but he's only put 2 screenshots on there, which is a bit silly, really. He should have put a few more screenshots on, and it would, which is obviously would have been a lot better. But as I say, he's only put 2 on, which is a bit of a Anyway, the guy's got a Facebook page, and the Facebook page is Cloud Surf Asia, and his intention is to do lots more airports for Asia, Philippines, Thailand, places like that, which is great because there are not that many airports down there. Stefan Dorr is already a follower of his Facebook page, so I'm thinking maybe Stefan's got the scenery also. Right, I still think it hasn't worked for some reason. In fact, I know it hasn't. I can tell. So what the heck is going on here? The airport has not worked. Right, I'm going to have to come back to this one, because apparently it's got photo scenery and everything. Right, okay. Let's see. Let's have a think about this, why it's not working. Let's quit that. Let's have a look. I've got a funny feeling. Right, let's have a look. No, not there. Custom scenery. I wonder. Aha! Yes, that is why it didn't work. Cut. Paste. Brilliant. Delete. That's why it didn't work. It's because the airport and city were inside the folder. Duh! Why didn't I check that out? Yeah, Stefan. Yeah, we all make that mistake, don't we? It's one of those things, we make mistakes. But I had a feeling, and I was right. So we've got 5 viewers. Good morning to 4 of you whose names I do not know, because, of course, you haven't said good morning. So say good morning, please say hello. It makes all the difference. And also then, you can ask any questions as well, because generally what happens is these turn into Q&As as well, if people start to... Hello, my dog's just come in. You won't be able to see him on camera, unfortunately, because I've turned the camera off this morning. You don't want to see my ugly mug, or maybe you do. Oh yes, okay. Hello, Frank. There we go. So hopefully we'll now see this airport. As I say, it does look breathtaking. But the guy's only put up 2 screenshots. It's a pity. He should have put up more. If he'd put up more screenshots, then we'd get a better idea of what it looks like. Which is not a problem, because it just means I have to have a good look, and at the same time we can review it. I like reviewing freeware airports, especially good ones, because some of them are really good right now. An Air Wales flyout is being organised to Madeira soon. Fancy joining? Depending when it is, I would love to join, Stefan. In fact, it would be a good enough, be a good reason to do that video for you. I just don't seem to have the time at the moment. It's really getting difficult with different things. Going on holiday doesn't help, because every time I come back from holiday, it takes me a while to get back into things. And of course, yesterday was Bob Sidgwick's funeral over in Bristol, which was a lot of people there, a lot of people from flight simulation, a lot of people from his flying, and there were some people in full dress military uniform from the RAF. It was brilliant. But enough of that, we move on. Yeah, freeware, without freeware, there certainly wouldn't, Xplane would not be anything like it is. And immediately we can see that things are working here now. So let's have a look outside. We've got a marshaller there, his hands are down. Let's have a quick look outside. Yes, that's a bit better, isn't it? So I don't know how long this guy has spent on this airport, but he does say he spent a long time. And not only is it the airport, but it's the city as well. And so we're at Davao, I don't know whether that's how you pronounce it. I know that he's done some custom buildings which are in keeping to the Philippines, Southeast Asia, and so there are custom buildings, custom houses. If we have a look down here, you can see like that street there with all different houses with corrugated roofs, corrugated tin roofs, yeah, and different colours, and the airport, which is not a huge airport. Let's be honest, it's not massive, but it's quite nice, isn't it? I like that. Travel smart. Yeah, smart. Obviously, welcome to the Davao International Airport. Obviously, smart is something out there. Right, let's have a look at this beautiful terminal. I remember last year when we went to Cambodia and we flew into Siem Reap, and the terminal was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it was so in keeping with the area and Cambodia and the style of architecture, and I see we've got the same thing here. I mean, just look, that's lovely, isn't it? It's quite complex. That roof is quite complex there, and if you do that in SketchUp, that would take some time. Another phone call. I don't know. Bear with me. I'm sorry about this, guys. I really am. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. Another phone call. I've never known my phone to be so busy first thing in the morning. Right. Gives you an excuse to fly outside US and Europe. Right, this actually is really quite nice. Now, apparently it's been optimised, but I notice as I zoom around there, as I scroll up here now, there's a little bit of juddering, but when I scroll around like that, there is none whatsoever. That is absolutely lovely. I mean, this guy has done an awful lot of work. For some reason, I get the feeling that he spent 2 years on this. I don't know where I've read that, but I think 2 years. So looking down here now, I mean, the port here, all these containers, the mass containers, and even the gantry there for lifting the containers. That is a pity none of that's animated. I mean, that would be fantastic. And then obviously down here you got some low cost housing down there. I don't want to make assumptions, but they're by the docks, so there could be. And then as we move around into the city, I mean, it's really well done, this. You spent an awful lot of time on this, and as far as I can tell, and from what I've read, is fairly accurate. There's also orthophoto scenery for this as well, or should I say there's orthophoto, which blends in rather nicely with default stuff. So, whoops, just in the clouds there. The default is out here, and he's blended in the orthophoto scenery, which is down here and here to the right. I don't know whether you can see my mouse on screen, but just down here, to right of centre, where the runway is, and out to the coast. Clearly, to the coastline there is all orthophoto. I would imagine that looking at this, the location, you could use either runway. So it might be, shall we try a 10-mile approach from over there, I think. What runway is that? That is runway, oh, no numbers. That's unfortunate. No numbers on the runway there. Has he put a number up to the end? No, he hasn't. So it's going to be potluck, because I'm not quite sure where we are geographically in the world, so to speak. Oh, let's have a look on the map. So 2-3 is this end, and 0-5 is the other end. Okay. So thinking of the world, it's going to be a 0-5 approach, roughly, I think. We'll have a look at that anyway. We'll do a 10-mile flight configuration. Oh, I need to change aircraft because Airbus are not that friendly for just throwing up in the air, but this one will be, let's see. Oh, excuse me. Well, I'm pretty sure Qantas might fly out there, but not in one of these. Doesn't matter. Whatever. We shall have a look. It's Francisco Bangui International. And we'll do the runway, and we'll do 0-5, I think, 10-mile approach. Confirm. Start new flight. And here we go. So we just load this up and see what it looks like, I think. Of course, I'll be doing all this by hand. I'll fly this by hand. I'm not going to put in the ILS or anything. So we'll just wait for this to load and hopefully conduct a 10-mile approach. See what it looks like. I think it's going to be quite good. We'll also look at the night lighting when we do that approach as well. So the other airport, that I was going to look at, but I'm not going to do it on this broadcast. I'll do it maybe tomorrow morning. There's the one in Beirut, which looks really, really good, and that's freeware as well. And that one has been a 2-year program as well, because I think the guy has done not only the airport but done the city. There was a Beirut previously. I remember getting a Beirut, and it wasn't that good. I mean, it was okay, but by today's standards, even of freeware, it wasn't that good. Okay, so here we are. I'll just stabilize the aircraft a minute. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. I've got speed now. Doing about 190, so we need to reduce that. And I have no idea where the runway is because I can't see it at the moment. But what did I say? I said 0-5, didn't I?
Positive rate.
Positive rate, there we go. Not too bothered about that. There we go. And we'll start to try and find this airport, if I can. And I can't. But it's on the other side of the city there somewhere, isn't it? There it is. I've located it, I think. Well, I thought I had. Yes, there it is. So, gear down. Gear dropping down. There's the airport, we can see it there. Might be a little bit fast on this, so let's... Is that me? No, that's not me. That's me. So just pull it back a bit. Okay, here we go. Nice scenery. Skymaxx Pro, although I haven't got FSGRW running at the moment. This is just Skymaxx Pro. And yeah, it looks quite nice. I've never flown out in this part of the world, I have to say. I have not flown out this far. It is a long way out. Let's put the speakers on for you, I think.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Oh, there you go, 1,000 feet. The runway is just above the fire warning bell cutout button there, the red button, not the orange one. So it's just above there. You should be able to make out the VASI lights, so 2 red, 2 white. As we come in. There we are, there's the runway.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
So we're in the Zebo mod 737-800, which is always a joy to fly.
Approaching 05.
Approaching 05. As I come in here now, it's still smooth flight, no problems really. 2 red, 2 white. Kind of maintaining the glide, so a little bit high. Feet on the pedals. Although I'm struggling because I've got shoes on. A little bit high. Cut the throttle. A little bit fast. But that's okay. I didn't have very much flap on this. Look to the end of the runway. Now lift up and touchdown. Reverse thrust on. 140, 130, 100. Still off the brakes. 80 knots.
80 knots.
And manual braking. That's not bad at all, actually, for a manual landing.
4,000 feet.
4,000 feet remaining. But that's okay, because I've got to try and remember where the terminal is now. So we'll turn off here. I think it's left and left again. So we'll turn off here. Yeah, there we go. Yes, well, that was all the... What would you say is the reason to pick Skymaxx Pro over X-Enviro or any of the others? Right. Main reason? Simple. It works. And as far as I'm concerned, it works better than any of the others, and I have no FPS issues at all. It just works for me. And I like the way that it looks, I must admit. My marshal is not working, he's being a bit lazy. Okay, so we'll just, there we go. I can't see him, so it should be okay. Yeah, it's as simple as that, Stefan. For me, it just works, it looks good. I never have any problems with it. They're sorting out things such as the circle of cloud all the time, and in actual fact, I don't even, I can't remember the last time I saw the circle of cloud, if ever, if there's such a thing. But I mean, for example, okay, this isn't, I don't know what weather this is. I don't know whether it's, let's have a look. So that was manually configured. Let's match real world conditions, excuse me. So scattered cumulus quite low down, then up again, and then up. Broken cumulus and rain quite high. Weather's quite stormy. Okay, so we're going to apply the changes. Now this is default. This is the default weather engine, not FSGRW, so it might take a little while. There we go. You can see that it changed slightly there. Let me turn on FSGRW and see what that does. And then I'll I mean I get 30 FPS all the time. Even over Heathrow and places like that, I get 30 FPS. And you know, you might say my machine, not so much the machine, the CPU and GPU are getting a little bit old. It's a 1080 GTX. It's an i7 4770K processor, so you know it's a couple of years old in that respect, but you know, incredibly serviceable. I've got 32 gig of RAM. I never have any problems anywhere. I know people, and you know, I know somebody just recently bought the i9. The i9 processor is really not that good in terms of flight simulation. You know, you might be a lot better off with a fast i5. I mean, I've seen Xplane working on a fast i5 and look absolutely breathtaking. You know, look amazing. Okay, so just started up FSGRW and see if we can get a weather change here. It's just loading in the weather. There we go. What it's done more than anything, it's added a bit of haze. Here we go. Here we are. Here comes the weather now. So there's high cumulus nimbus there. You know, that's quite high thunderhead, and we've got some rain now. You can see the rain, and there's rain sheets coming out of the bottom of that cloud there, and there's lightning as well. So that is depicting the weather as it should be. So what it's saying here, let's see, wind is 80 at 3 knots, precipitation light rain, visibility is 15 kilometers, that might be about right. Sky cover scattered at 1,500, scattered at 9,000, broken at 29,000. So yeah, there. And as you can see, the rain is coming down out of the bottom of the cloud there. You've got rain in close proximity. There's quite a thunderstorm over there as well in that direction. And this towering cumulus nimbus here, I should imagine there's a storm that's quite a heavy storm cell, and there's one over there as well. So yeah, well, I tell you what, what we'll do. So this is my Skymaxx Pro. I'm using. Let's have a look at my clouds. Cumulus textures I'm using fast at the moment. Let's change it over to stormy. And I haven't noticed any difference between any of these cloud textures. You know, whichever one I put up. Right, so these are the stormy cloud textures, and it's just being rebuilt now. You can see it, and yeah, there's a heck of a difference there. See the cloud definition there, and the rain at the bottom. Okay, and over here, and no difference really at all, you know, to my FPS as I scroll around. But wouldn't it be nice to have we'll go up and see what it looks like as we go up. So going up, so that's the first layer of cloud that we've just gone through, which was the 1,500, and then the scattered at 9,000 feet, which is probably where we're at now. No, we're higher than 9,000 because we're going above it. We're going up to towards the 29,000. If we just go straight up and eventually get to the top of that towering cumulus nimbus that was providing that storm that we could see, and we're right at the top of it now. And I mean, 29,000 feet, and you know, above that cirrus layer, And there we are, above the cloud. Now, some people say, and have been really critical about this in Skymaxx, you know, they reckon that this doesn't look realistic, these, you know, these towering cumulus nimbus. Okay, that might be the case, I don't know, but what I will tell you is that it does depict the weather accurately. Now, okay, we've got this circle of cloud there, yeah, you can see that quite distinctly, but I'm only showing, what am I covering now? I'm covering Skymaxx Pro configure, no, wrong one, sorry, Skymaxx Pro, I got that at 41,000, so let's push it out to 121,000 square kilometers. Apply changes. So that's 121,000 square kilometers, and you know that's going out to the horizon over there on the left. And way out there. As I scroll around using my mouse, that hasn't affected FPS whatsoever. Let's get back in the cockpit, and then just outside here, and you know that's not affecting my FPS whatsoever at 121,000 square kilometers. But of course what you see down here is different from what you see above. You know, your horizon's closer. Oh, excuse me. Forgotten which one I'm looking at now. Configure clouds. There we go. I'll put that back because I think that's enough. It's not something that bothers me. You know, when I'm flying, it's not something that bothers me at all. You know, in terms of draw distance, it just looks okay. Right, David Wood. Good morning, David. How are you? Don't mind me just lurking in here while I write essays on American civil rights. Oh, I've done it. Been there, done that. Enjoy yourself, David. You lurk as much as you want. Okay. Stefan's going off. NKD, hi there, how are you? Nice to see you. So anyway, we weren't really talking about weather, we were talking about this scenery, which I think is absolutely superb. For freeware, it's really good. He's done a grand job out in the Philippines here, the RPMD, the nice airport. Unfortunately, I think that's about as much time as I have because I've got things to do and it's a Wednesday. Always busy on a Wednesday. Go visiting people and then we have to go up to Bristol, but not today. We're not going to Bristol today. Normally go to Bristol on a Wednesday to see my grandchildren, but they're away on camp, school camp or something, I don't know. You know, they'll go away for 5 days, come home stinking, smelly, dirty, with lots of wet clothes. Been there, done that when my two daughters were younger. Right, so nice airport, not massive, but you know, you haven't got just the airport, you've got the city as well. So RPMD out in the Philippines, if you want to have a look at it, it's free, it's on Xplane.org. Just a quick shout out to my two Patreons. They've stuck with me for an awful long time, and you know, if you want to become a Patreon, then you know what to do. Click on the link, and well, it'll take you there. Okay, enjoy yourselves, have a good day, and tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, I will do a live broadcast of the new Beirut airport that I'm going to download right now. Okay, anyway, we'll see you soon. Take care. Cheerio.